Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is, of course, Nitro, and we're going to start off this episode 3 of Wayfarer's Kingdom, with a lot of time lapse, about 20 minutes, no, 30, oh wow, a lot of time lapse. So yeah, sit tight, this is going to be a long one. I got time lapse to do, time lapse to report over, I got some not live play, but a walkthrough of the park, and got a lot to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about why there's been such just content has fallen off the face of the planet recently. Let's start with that actually. So I don't think I mentioned this in the last episode. I have recently gone off to school. And as an engineering major, this is, my free time is it's gone. It has completely been wiped away. So I've had honestly a terrible time trying to find opportunities to play. Recently, I have gotten a lot more time to play, which is honestly kind of crazy considering finals are coming up, and I am a little bit stressed about that, but yeah, I've found some time to play. I've also haven't been terribly motivated to work in Wayfarers lately. Motivated is not the word, because I've wanted to hop into the file for such a long time, but just inspiration wasn't quite there. And that's how it is in this game, really. Inspiration comes and goes. It's so crazy how one day I'll have inspiration to build for 6 hours, and the next day I'll go into the file and just zoom around the park for hours on end. But yeah, recently found some time to play a little bit. You're currently watching me build the carousel for what is going to be, it's kind of going to be the centerpiece, maybe not the centerpiece because the Ferris wheel is right there, of the World's Fair area. This is an area that really came into existence because I sent the file off to Six. If you remember Six, he made an incredible B&M invert. Not B&M invert, that's what he made this time. He made an incredible RMC Hyper Hybrid that I put in the park. And he was on the last episode. He got to talk a little bit about that ride. When I went off to school, I asked him if he was interested at all in taking Wayfarers off my hands for a little bit. He said yes, very kindly, and here we have. This whole area was really his. Actually, I'm not sure. I think he was the one that kind of started the idea, and I kind of ran with it a little bit. But yeah, I had this plaza area after the your entry area, which is that's basically what Hometown Square is. Really, there's just shops there. There's no rides. There's no nothing. So this area need to be kind of like a transitionary area into the rest of the park, and I didn't quite know what. And with the kind of like the idea of the book, the overall theme of the park being like traveling across the world. It just made too much sense to have this area be a World's Fair type of area. So currently, this time lapse is of me working on the carousel cover for this area, heavily based off of, I believe it's called Riverview Carousel at Six Flags Over Georgia. The carousel itself was from this old school amusement park base. I think it was in Chicago actually. And the park bought the carousel, and obviously the cover that I am building right now, the cover that this is based off of, wasn't part of Riverview, but it kind of has like a classic feel to it, which I really enjoy. And kind of the style that I wanted to go with for this area is based off of the World's Fair in Chicago. I believe it was it was in the late 1800s. They've had it twice. I'm specifically talking about the fair they had in the late 1800s. Yeah, I went with like this green color, like this green and tan color palette. I do end up putting some like flower baskets on this ride as well. Just really trying to add color wherever I can. That is something that I'm really, really proud of with this park. There is just the color palette is really just on point. Something that I feel like with these generic style parks, it's really easy for you to really just get really bland with your colors, and that's not really something I wanted to do. Two major sources of inspiration for the color palette have been it's been Stevetown by Mineral, awesome Planet Coaster 1 project, along with Summerdale by Mass Bandit, another awesome Planet Coaster 1 project. Both of them have their own YouTube series that, if you haven't seen already, I don't know what you're doing watching me. But the thing that I really took away from both those projects was that the color palette the park felt so vibrant, and it really added to like the feeling of like the park, like walking through the park on a bright summer day. And I think that's part of why I'm just so happy with this park so far. It honestly, it really does, when I'm walking around in Tejican, it really does feel like I'm walking around my home park of Great Adventure. Just so colorful, such a bright sunny day. It's honestly, that's one of the parts of the park that I'm just the happiest with. At the time that this video is coming out, it is one day after the latest update and DLC from Frontier came out. I believe it's update 8, don't quote me on that, but the DLC that they released is the Toy Box Pack, and I have some thoughts on them. And while we're going through this lengthy time lapse, I figured it'd be a good idea to talk about that update. So in the update, we got snow, we got thunderstorms, in addition to the return of the concrete pieces from Planet Coaster 1 and the festive theme from Planet Coaster 1. And when it comes to the festive theme, I kind of underestimated how useful that theme is just for doing like candy shops or like ice cream parlors, that type of thing. It is super helpful for that, especially now that we have the scaling tool. And I am going to show you once I get into the file. I scaled down, I scaled down like a gingerbread cookie, some sort of like pastry piece that we had, and like a chocolate piece, down to like a really small size. And I believe I can actually use, like, they're small enough that I can actually use them as like an item that is sold in a candy shop, and that is something that I'm gonna have to do. I want that to go on the main street opposite of the little like snack shack. I forget what I call that. I think I called it Hometown Treats. I think that's the name of it. So those pieces are really useful. Honestly, the gingerbread wall set, the wall set really with this update is like the weakest point, because the gingerbread wall set, I mean, it's cool, but unless you're doing like a Christmas Village type of thing, it's not going to be really useful. And then the Toy Box DLC comes with like a cardboard set, also not extremely useful. I honestly don't think I'm going to use that cardboard set at all. Maybe in the kids area. I'm still debating what I'm going to do with the kids area, but I think that's something I should get started on, because this DLC just lends itself so well to that type of that type of area. And that is something that I've noticed a lot of people mention, that it feels, because it's obviously supposed to be like a child's playroom or whatever, and it really just, it feels, I mean, at least for me as a realistic player, I'm not going to be making a Toy Story area, so I think that's the most use I'm going to get out of it. I've actually been thinking I might want to do like, I don't, maybe like a baseball themed kids area, because I'm trying to come up with something original, and I don't think anything I'm gonna do is gonna really fit with the overarching theme of the park. I don't know. If you have any ideas for a kids area, please let me know, because I am open to suggestions. It's kind of what I'm thinking right now, but I'm not really set on anything. As for like the rest of the pack, well, actually I haven't talked much about the pack at all. Ride-wise, I'm not 100% sure how many of them are actually gonna get into the file. The top scan is definitely gonna end up in the park. And once I get started on, there's gonna be like a county fair type of area. Because I'm trying to have right now like one area outside of both World's Fair and the entry area, kind of like one area per continent. So you have the African like jungle area with the RMC, and I think the invert is going to be part of like a county fair type area for North America. Obviously, nothing's final until I actually build it, but that's kind of where I'm thinking right now. And I don't think I can really get the kids area into that unless I attach it to like the jungle area maybe. Ooh, that could be interesting actually. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. That is actually an idea that I didn't think of until just now as I'm recording it, and that might be something that I could do. Kind of like how the Golden Kingdom at Great Adventure had like a kids area for the longest time. I think it was like Ballin's Jungle Land or something like that. Yeah, that might be what I do. Like, again, comments, just let me know what you're thinking. Here I am stealing that hanging basket from the entrance. Oh, that's another thing. I basically finished the entrance. The plaza itself isn't done, but the actual like entry like area is done, and that's something that you're gonna get to see in just a few minutes when I go through the tour of the park. Yeah, actually a lot has gotten done since the last video. I had just about enough to do it to make another video before I left for college, and I tried to record one and was just not happy with it, and I didn't get another chance to record until now. So that's why that's the biggest reason there hasn't been another update, another video showing progress. But yeah, that's something that you're gonna get to see. I am actually really proud of that entry area too. Oh, what else? I've done I've started work on the RMC, like the station and the transfer shed are pretty much done. Really happy with them actually. Still need, obviously the queue is not in a completed state at all. I started work on it, and then Mineral posted a video of his park series Le Jardin Magique. I have the terrible pronunciation of that. And he was building a queue for it was like a mock mecha coaster, and it was incredible. And I looked at that and I was like, yeah, the RMC queue needs some updating. And it kind of made me take a step back and realize that not everything not every queue has to be like this bland cattle pen. Just like it was a good reminder. So you'll see when I go into the live portion that is something that needs to be fixed. Right now on the screen, I am working on the bottom portion of the carousel, and oh my god, these details take so long. In total, I spent like 6-ish hours on the carousel, a little bit more. And you'll also notice that the queue line here is not the queue line that ends up on the completed carousel. I realized that these pillars, kind of like the two pillars that are a little bit smaller, they went right through the queue path, and I was like, it was just not gonna work. So I had to completely rework how this setup of the carousel. And thank God for the carousel on the workshop that had the ride platform removed, or else I would have been totally screwed. Because there really is no other way to put the queue for this but around the carousel. Just because it is like the carousel is in the middle of, it's just surrounded by path, and you'll see that as again, that's something you'll see in the live play a lot better. So yeah, I had to completely rework the queue, and it was such a pain to get to work right. And the queue now is really short, but honestly, when looking at real life carousels, I was looking at the carousel setup that Hershey used to have for their old carousel, because they moved their carousel when they built Chocolate Town. I'm sure if you've been to the park, you're aware of that. But looking at the old Americana cover, the queue for that was ridiculously short. And because there were only 2 rides in the park, the guests kind of just they swarm both this and the swings ride, which are both in this area. And the line is always overflowing outside of the queue, and there's not a ton I can do about that right now. Once like the RMC opens up, that won't be an issue, because all the people are going to go to the RMC, the invert, all that stuff. So it's just an issue right now, and I am putting a lower limit on the guest cap right now just because of that, because like trying to show off the carousel and having the guests just like have like a huge pile of them in front of the entrance is just not great. So you'll see I put a look, like the park is pretty much empty in the live play. What else is there? Oh, so we did get some concrete pieces that were from the first game too. Just while my brain is wandering right now. They look pretty solid. The problem with them is that they're not recolorable, and I completely forgot about that. Oh, you'll see I'm starting to do the lighting. I'm getting like ADHD, getting distracted. A big part of that Chicago's World's Fair that I was talking about was it was like the first time that we saw like electrical lighting over like a large area, and it was a huge deal when that happened, because like people had never seen electric light bulbs all across like it was like people forget how big these fairs were. It was like its own little city, and that's really cool. So I wanted to make sure, and all the buildings in this area are gonna have like this. I removed these lights; they don't work. They cast too much of a glow on the top of the roof. But I end up using like these. They're called the resort light bulbs, but they're kind of like on a strand, and they work really well, and they don't cast too much light. So that's what I end up using, and so I think these lights are gonna basically be on every building in this area. You'll see that they're also on the Ferris wheel, which was made by a good friend of mine named Blue Jay. He's the same one that built the awesome Sky Screamer ride. The Starflyer, that's what they're called. That's the official name of the model. I asked him to build that for me a while ago for a different project, and finally got it in here. It's not fully complete yet. I have to do work on like the queue area and stuff, but yeah, it looks awesome. And thank you again to Blue Jay for just an awesome creation. It's based off the one at Six Flags Great Adventure. It had this really cool flower pattern on it that I really wanted to have. And now that this park is really like, so much of the inspiration comes from Six Flags Great Adventure that it just fits so well, even better than it would have fit in that first project I had him build it for me for. Terrible English there. Oh yeah, back on those concrete pieces. The texture on them looks really great, and honestly, in terms of like pieces from the original game that have been ported over, texture is probably one of, if not the best from the original game, because a lot of these like pieces from the original game, like the texture is just not as good. So I've kind of been a little bit careful of where I use them. I try not to use them all the time, just really in cases that I think that it works well. Just the textures on the pieces from the sorcery pack and now the toy box and the original, like the base game itself, the textures are just so much better, unfortunately. But yeah, texture's really nice on those pieces. The only problem is they're not recolorable, and I kind of forgot about that in the original game. They just, you can't recolor them. And the color on them is nice. It's not what, like, I wish I had a little bit of control over the color. And because it's like an older piece, I doubt we'll see Frontier go back and make it recolorable, but that would just be awesome. Just because one of the first things I did when I loaded up the game today, because at the time recording, the DLC and update just came out like a couple hours ago. One of the first things I did was I plopped that piece over the queue for the swings ride, and it looks great. And honestly, the color isn't that bad, but I wish I could just adjust a little bit so it perfectly matched the color of the path around it. But it is what it is. I'm not terribly fussed about it. It's fine. It's just gonna be one of those things. But at Frontier, if you are listening, that is something that's on my bucket. That's on my wish list now, because that piece would be super, super versatile if we had the ability to just recolor it just a little bit. Yeah, here I am making custom windows, and you'll see I do this on both the midsection of the carousel and the upper section of the carousel. Honestly, looks great. I'm really, really, I keep saying this, but I am really, really pleased with how this ends up looking. The entire thing is it's a little bit piece heavy, I'm not gonna lie. I think in the end it was around 15,000 for the carousel cover itself, and then there is a bunch more pieces for like the path cover that is located underneath the carousel. So it is very piece heavy, but I am okay with it because it is just such an integral part of this park. Yep, so here I am just wrapping up, and we're about to wrap up the time lapse. Just finishing this top portion of the carousel cover up. I'm starting to lose steam here, as you can see. Long pause. This build was really draining, and by the time that I was done with it, I was just exhausted, and I need a little bit of a break. So this is the very last thing that I've worked on since at the time that's recording. So yeah, just again, basic details. A lot of these anchor plates all across the build, and you'll see that when we get into the live portion. Just this build was such a struggle, but in the end was really just worth it. Really happy with the way that this turns out. Probably my favorite build in the park. I don't know. I really love the train station, and I really love the entrance, which again, you'll get a chance to see for the first time in just a second. But it's so spot on, and this is a reference I've been saving for a really long time. So really happy I finally got to build this carousel cover. Alright, well, we are coming to the end of the time lapse, so on that note, I'm gonna leave you here, and I will see you in the real time. Alrighty, hello and welcome to Wayfarer's Kingdom. This is the entry plaza as of right now. Don't look over here, it's so unfinished. Just look over here. Oh yeah. So, the first thing you'll notice is that as you're walking up to the park, you just have the Ferris wheel in the background, and it is so cool. the way that it is positioned directly behind the entrance is just perfect. I know when I first posted it, a lot of people said they needed like a tower or something in the middle, but I think with the Ferris wheel behind it right there, it is just perfect. Instead of putting the tower in the middle, I have like two towers on each end, right over here. If you're familiar with Six Flags Great Adventure, this should seem very familiar. Again, this is like a direct rip from that park. And really, this entrance is kind of it's kind of an amalgamation, geez, of three different references. Obviously, Great Adventure. I also referenced the old Carowinds entrance along with an RCT3 project, which I can't think of the name of right now off the top of my head. But altogether, it turned out really well. I'm really happy with it. On this side, you have guest services and little staff entrance right here. Also, put these advertisements all around, so you'll see these, but they're trying to get you to buy the gold season pass. And then on the other side, we have both our Fizzwizz machines, and we have restrooms on both this side and when you get into the park. I turned the park music off just because it has copyright music, so we're not doing that. These turnstiles are custom made. Found something online that I liked, like a more modern turnstile, and I did actually put these up on the workshop. So if you're interested, I will try to remember to leave the code down in the description of the video. And over here, opposite side of the end, like going through the gates, you have restrooms over here again, and more advertising. There is actually a restroom in here, not on the other side, but over here there are actually restrooms that the peeps can use. And, oh, a little bit of a hiccup there. Come over to the other side. More guest services. Really just the same thing on the other side. But yeah, I am really, really happy with this entrance area. Obviously, still work to be done, but it is well on its way. If you watched the last episode, you might also notice that something is missing. There was a sign for the park right here, but it has been relocated because we have the entrance, like the sign is also up on the entrance, obviously, and it just felt very repetitive, so I have moved it further into the park, which you'll see in just a moment. Nothing out here has really changed all that much. The advertising has continued. I did swap out. There was a different advertisement, which I've swapped out for the season pass advertisement. And I still need to make a proper information board, or I could just leave the season pass advertisements up there too. Now, as we turn the corner, oh, what's this? Welcome to the World's Fair. Just a little small sign. This is not the main sign that I made for the area. This is it's actually on the opposite side. When you're coming back through the area to leave, that's probably when you'll see that sign. But here is the carousel. Oh, yes. And you'll see, even with so fewer people, it's the amount of peeps in the park is about half of what it was previously. Still overflowing. It's not really an unrealistic queue size though, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, right here is the carousel. Oh my god, I'm just so incredibly happy with this. It turned out exactly as I hoped. If you look over here, this is where the sign went. This and a lot of, basically almost all of this is 6 right here. This incredible fountain was made by him, and while it is a little strange that we have 2 fountains back to back, I think with the storyline that I had of the other fountain was from Geauga Lake, it makes sense that this fountain would have been the original one. So yeah, really just, oh my god. I did recolor basically everything he had because it was very, very gray and just wanted to add a little bit more color. Um, I do have to go, like, this area is very raw. Really, the only thing that is finished is the carousel. I have to add a lot of foliage to this area because it needs to be wooded. It needs to feel like it's an older area of the park. If we go to the left, we're heading out of the World's Fair area just for a second. We walk up to the African section. Here is what we are cooking up right now with the RMC, which is going by the name of Stampede. Stampede is going to be the name for this ride. Put down this little flat right here. I think I like it. I think the pattern feels, I don't know, like African-esque. I'm not really sure, but it feels like it fits. Obviously, you have to deck all this out. Also have this awesome little like entry area, right? Entry for the ride. Placement of that is not final at all. Have these awesome lockers which I made, and in future episodes you'll get a closer, like a more up close and personal look at these. These are based off of the lockers that El Toro has now, with double-sided lockers. And this is something that a lot of like upper tier parks are doing, like Universal and Disney are doing them with basically all their new coasters. So this is kind of like a like a cheaper version of what those parks are doing. Same idea though, same system. Actually, I think you use your. I'm not actually sure how you open those lockers up. This one you would have like they give you like a slip of paper with a barcode on. You would go and scan it and then open up the locker, and then when you come around when you come around through the exit on the other side of the locker, you scan the code again in the same spot you did when you opened it, and it would just like the locker would pop open again, you grab your stuff and go about your day. Jeez, this RMC, just such a presence all around the park, and it's awesome to see. Like over here when the ride does go through, really cool to see. Yep. Oh, there it goes. I did move the Star Flyer. It was originally like back over there, and I didn't think there was enough space for it really, so it has been relocated here next to the Ferris wheel. The path will eventually keep going down this way. You see, I've kind of begun to mark it out where the path is going to go. That's where the entrance for this ride will be. Returning to the World's Fair, you can see here it is. The path goes all the way around the carousel. And I do have custom music for the carousel too. I just don't have it playing right now because I don't want copyright strike. Again, awesome fountain. Here's the Ferris wheel. And you can see it's got the light bulbs on it too. At night, it is really cool actually to see like everything lit up. And this is just, it's so good. It's just fantastic. There's no other way to put it. It doesn't move, unfortunately. There used to be a way that you could have a moving Ferris wheel with like the rotational pieces. Unfortunately, Frontier broke it with one of the first updates of the game, and it just doesn't really work anymore. I know Jay has tried many times since then to get it to work again, just hasn't. This is a static. This is just a static. It just sits there and looks pretty, but it is so much bigger than the in-game one, and it looks so much better. Just awesome. Obviously, you have to do the entrance queue and just really properly set it in the area, but this is where it's going to go. Here we have another Fizz Boost Refresh machine over here. Swings Ride was originally back further down there, but I've kind of squeezed the entire World's Fair area. It kind of sprawled out a bit more when 6 was working on it, and since I've come back in, I've kind of just squeezed it all together. You can see and this is perfectly normal like queue size for the Simba ride. There's just so many people that it's overflowing. Another thing that's 6 Mini. This awesome globe right here. Use moss to get the look of the continents, which is really creative, and it is on a rotational piece. It looks so good. This fence, again, another thing 6 made, like something I've recolored. It used to be the don't die fencing for this coaster back here, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But I've kind of repurposed it, put it over here, um, along with these awesome. Uh, the lampposts are actually from the workshop. I'm not sure who created them off the top of my head, but they are from the workshop. I've added more like another light to them so that they're brighter at night, and I've added these flags on, which are just billboards. So that is all I've done to them, but they look great. I also made a version that's just the post without the lamp so that we can have more flags around the area. Because more flags equals more fun. Then, I want to talk about this sign right here. This is the first instance that I've actually used the font piece from the toy box pack, and I think it works really well right here. That apostrophe is not part of the set, but you can I feel like it blends in well enough. But it kind of has like this 3D effect. I think they've used like the um, the same technique they have on like the damage decals, because it does look like it looks like it pops a little bit, and it's not just a flat piece, which I really like. So yeah, it fits perfectly right there, and you can see this is the big sign that I was talking about, and just so much kinetic energy in this shot right here. Really, really love it. All right, elephant in the room time. Oh, there it goes. So Six made a B&M invert, and it's awesome, and I love it. However, he gave it a theme to be kind of part of the World's Fair area. He called it Meridian, and it had like this like blue light package. And I've since basically stripped almost all of that back. The lighting package is there in some form. It's not nearly the same as it used to be. It's much more tame. Um, and I've gone ahead and recolored the entire ride's gotten a fresh coat of paint. It's not done yet. I want to add based off of Flying Cobras at Carowinds, it has like this kind of like a racing pattern on it, which is really cool. Something that I definitely want to add to like a bunch of like the taller supports on the ride. So that is something I'm going to try and do. But yeah, it looks awesome. I am going to give you a bit of a closer look at it. These trains I did a little bit of touching up, not much, just enough. I gave each train like its own name, which is based off like a plane maneuver, because this is gonna be part of the eventual county fair type area, and I wanted to have kind of like an air show theme. I think it'll be really cool. Like maybe I'd do like an air hangar for the station. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for this. But without much further ado, I want to show off one of the biggest features from this update. This looks so freaking cool. Um, this is just the best. This is the best part of the update, hands down. I'm so happy that this is in the game. Obviously, in the United States, you really wouldn't ever see this. It's really only like European parks that operate during the snow. But oh my god! Unfortunately, all these fountains don't freeze over like ponds do because they're made out of the water pieces, which it's fine. It is what it is. I understand why those pieces don't freeze over like grass, but oh, carousel in the snow. Oh yeah, yeah. This is great. I love this. This is just the best. And you hop out, and the entire map is covered. Now I do know that the paths are going to eventually, like snow will eventually accumulate on them. Just hasn't happened yet. If you look at it right now, it looks like there's a little bit, but not a lot. Eventually, it'll look like the rest, um, and you'll add the heaters to get the snow to go away if you want it there. Which I might do on like I have this like service route that goes around the park along with the train. The train loop has also been completed. You'll see. Let's come through here. It's got snow on it. It looks awesome. Um, yeah. I might keep the heaters because, like, obviously you'd want your main service road to be clear of snow. So that might be something that I would do there. I wonder if the heaters will actually work though if you sink them under the ground, that's probably what I'm going to do. What are you doing out here? There is nothing for you to do. Um. So yeah. Um. This is where we're going to leave it for now. Um. Park is making steady progress. Um. I might keep doing time lapses because I think I can get more videos out with that. And I can keep showing off more work. I think that'll just be good for the growth of the channel. So we'll see. If you guys really don't like the time lapses, let me know and I won't do them. But I think that's going to be how I want to go forward, obviously, with a little bit of a real time after, but kind of just to fill out these episodes a little bit more frequently. So, um, I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of cinematics, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.